Hey, welcome to the 5-day Illuminate Your Shadow Challenge. My name is Rebecca, and I'm with Rebecca Rose Guidance. And today is day 1, Meet Your Shadow. So if you follow through the whole 5 days of this, I guarantee that you will start to uncover some unconscious patterns that you've been holding on to, that have been secretly controlling your life in some ways. And we're going to release the stories that you've been telling yourself, and we're going to reintegrate this into a healthier, balanced relationship with the rest of your being. And if you follow through all 5 days and you download the free workbook, you are going to be entered in to win a chance to get a free intuitive guidance session with me and my tarot cards, where we can dive deeper into your shadow, because it's so much nicer to have somebody else to do this work with. I did it all by myself. It's doable. I'm going to show you how to do it, but it goes so much faster when you have a mirror through another person and, tarot cards that'll help out too. But we could also talk about love, jobs, anything. My motto with tarot is, I'm not here to predict your future. I want to help you build the life of your dreams. So hopefully that could be you that we have the session with. All right, so to be entered in, you just have to comment below each video, hashtag Illuminate Your Shadow, and put any homework that you might be getting. There's none today, other than the other step, which is going and downloading the free workbook. The link is in my bio to join the challenge. You're then joining my inner circle, and you also get my free ebook, Secrets to Manifest Your Dreams. So win-win. Quick caveat, shadow work, not easy. This is some emotionally challenging stuff, some emotional heavy lifting. If you have some especially traumatic events that have happened in your past, just know yourself and know what you're ready to open up and look at, or if you want to keep that chapter closed for now. It's also great if you have a therapist or another professional that you work with, to bring the stuff to them and work through it. If you have some especially challenging stuff that have happened in your life, most people can work through shadow work on their own. There's a lot of emotions, a lot will come up, and you'll probably want to talk to a friend about it. But most people can get through it on their own, but you know yourself best. So just be mindful of what you're ready to take on. So we're doing this right now because we currently have 4 planets that are retrograde. Venus, planet of love, relationship patterns, our values, self-love, all ways that shadow work shows up. Pluto, the planet of transformation, so inner transformation, diving into all that dark stuff. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, and it wants you to be able to expand into more happiness. So let's get rid of all this gunk that's preventing you from being your full, vibrant, wonderful being. And Saturn would just really like a 5-day challenge. It likes the structure of that. Also, the moon is waning and heading off to a new moon, so it's time to release all this stuff and set some new intentions going forward. So astrologically, we are super plugged in right now. So what is shadow work? Shadow work is stuff that's been living in our subconscious that our conscious mind is not aware of, that's in many ways kind of running the show. It's our automatic reactions to things. It's our negative thought patterns. It's just these beliefs that we've built up over time that we look to confirm in our life. Confirmation bias is a really big thing. So if we believe it in our subconscious, we're looking to confirm it consciously with our conscious mind. Now, this is hard because how do you look at something that your conscious mind can't see? Well, you have to look at the symptoms first. So that's what we're going to be looking at. We're going to be meeting your shadow, finding that shadow today, and seeing what's living in there. So the reason I got into shadow work the first time years ago is because I was really defensive about things. I had some low self-esteem, and I was a very big people pleaser, perfectionist, wanted to be liked by everybody. And I knew that these things were keeping me from being my full vibrant self, but I didn't know why I was doing it. So I dove into my shadow, and I discovered some really interesting things, and that these aspects of me were actually there to keep me safe and protect me. So we'll get more into that as the days go on. Now, here are some questions to help you dive into some shadow work and illuminate those symptoms for yourself. You don't need to be taking notes because it's all in the free workbook that you can get in my bio. So, just sit back and listen and see what starts resonating for you. Big one right off the bat is your habitual thoughts, the way you talk to yourself or about yourself, and the way you talk about other people. So this is when you get really judgmental about yourself. Like, what things do you judge yourself about? Or, you say, like, oh, I'm so stupid. Why did I trust them? Everything always goes wrong. Just when you get down on yourself, what do you say? Write that down. I would obviously, like, nobody likes me. They're so cool. Like, they don't want to hang out with me. Just like really down on myself about that. Often I find people either put others on a pedestal or they can be kind of judgmental. Which brings me to another one to look at is, what are traits in other people that really annoy you? Now, this isn't like somebody's like abusive or like mean. This is things that like don't bother other people, but they're like your pet peeve. So it can be like people that are late or messy, or people that brag and share like the good things going on in their life very easily. People that complain or are like fishing for compliments a lot, or like need a lot of emotional support. Flip that around. What if you acted that way? Ooh, that probably feels weird. You'd think that you can't. There's a piece of you that says, no, you can't act that way. Mine was people that were overly confident, or people that were very like loud and boisterous and able to freely be themselves and say things that were controversial and stuff. It's like, oh, I can't connect to that energy because I'm not allowing myself to go there. So, yeah, look at those things. Another one is the shoulds that you put on yourself. So this can be, oh, I should. It plays into what we were just saying with other people, like, oh, I shouldn't be so needy, or I shouldn't, ask for this, or I should, go above and beyond for this person, even though they've been mean to me and they never show up for me. I should be perfect all the time. I shouldn't talk about like my woo-woo spiritual stuff because people might not like that. Notice any of those shoulds that you put on yourself. They can be really big. Okay, then another one that's very subconscious-y is your automatic emotional reactions. So this is before your logical mind can kick in. What's your first reaction? So this can be like, especially if you get really angry, what are the triggers? What things just tick you off and you start yelling before your brain can say, don't do that? Things that make you cry out of nowhere, things that make you shut down emotionally. Another thing is like, how do you interact with joy? Do you cut yourself off if you're having a wonderful, happy experience, or you're already thinking like, oh, but this is going to end, so I might as well just stay flatlined. Yeah, I definitely was feeling that around defensiveness. If somebody poked a hole in my attempt at perfection, I did not like that. And then of course I'd get really mad at myself and have lower self-esteem. It was a really great, catch-22. Another big one is looking at relationship patterns. So this is not the type that your brain says, like your conscious mind's like, oh, this is my type. No, this is the type that you actually date. This is your type when you go, oh my gosh, they are just like my ex. Like, what is that common theme that you're noticing in people that you attract into your life? And then flip it around and think, what does that mean that I like about that? What does that say about me? So for me, when I was having low self-esteem, I liked really needy people. I kept attracting people who really needed me because then I felt needed and wanted. Maybe you like people whose life is kind of a mess because then you feel more in control of your own life. It's weird stuff, but flip it around and you might notice some interesting patterns. Dreams. It's another way your subconscious talks to you. So if you have any recurring dreams, look at those too. So be gentle with yourself as you're going through this, because a lot might come up, but let yourself feel your feelings. Like, let it move through you. That's such an important step. So that's all for today. Make sure you comment below, #Illuminate Your Shadow. Go to my bio and download the free workbook to join the challenge, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.